Welcome back, guys. So in this lecture, we'll deal about what is arc voltage, what is arc interruption, and what is restriking voltage and recovery voltage. So in this coming lectures, what we deal is basing on the circuit breaker only. So you need to understand these elementary principles of circuit breaker so that in the next coming classes, which were dealt by Pawan sir, which is oil circuit breaker, air blast circuit breaker, vacuum circuit breaker, SFC circuit breaker. So before knowing all those things, you need to understand what are the elementary principles, like what is an arc voltage and what is an arc interruption, what is restriking voltage and recovery voltage, right? So coming to what is an arc voltage. If you consider this is a generator you have, and then generator you have circuit breaker, and then here we start a circuit breaker, and again you have a transformer, step up transformer, and then you have the circuit breaker here, and again the system continues. So if all of a sudden a fault occurs, so now what the circuit breaker does is it isolates the section here. So to protect this section, okay, that is the main job of the circuit breaker. So in that, this is, let us say, this is a circuit breaker, fixed contact, and this is a moving contact, right? So if the fixed contact and the moving contact, so when this contact should be moved. So in the process of moving the fixed contact from the moving contact, this is a contact, fixed contact, this is a fixed contact, and this is a moving contact. We form an arc here, okay? So what is the voltage produced across that arc? That is arc voltage. So the arc voltage is nothing but, so the circuit breaker gets starting opening from a fixed contact to moving contact. So in this between, you will produce an arc here. So what is the voltage which is produced across the arc is called arc voltage, simply. So in this process, in your previous semesters, you already did that. So if a pure resistor is there, if you are having a supply voltage, AC voltage, so there will be a phase sequence, like there is no lagging or current will not lead. So there is the arc voltage VR, say let us say VR, it is the arc voltage, and there is arc current. So the both arc voltage and arc voltage were in phase. So in this manner, the voltage which is produced here, that is the medium which is the arc, is purely resistive here. So what is the purely resistive means? The arc voltage VR and the arc current both are in phase with them. So the voltage drop across the arc is called simply arc voltage, and the arc path is purely resistive. The arc voltage is in with arc current, and then the main thing is the magnitude of the arc voltage. What is the voltage which is caught in this arc? The magnitude is about 3% from the system voltage. Let us say a system voltage having 11 kV or 22 kV, and that 3% of that will have the arc voltage. That is about the arc voltage, which is you have to know. So this is no. So in that this is about arc voltage. So coming to the next arc interruption. So in the circuit breakers, the same thing continues. In that arc interruption, you get is the arc. So sustaining is arc is not feasible for our power systems. So always we should be in a mood to interrupt the arc as soon as possible. Okay. So there are two methods for that arc interruption. They were high resistance interruption and current zero interruption. This is also current zero interruption called low voltage, low resistance interruption. So in spite of naming that low resistance, this is called a current zero interruption. So we will go to in detail in that. So what is high resistance interruption? We will deal now. So in high resistance interruption, as you know that the contacts get moving, the contacts which have ionization of gases. So our mode is to minimize that ionization. So our immediate action is to improve the dielectric strength. Okay, that means giving boosting some liquid to that arc. That is the main job of our engineer. So the arc resistance we have so in the method of arc resistance, in that arc increases so that resistance is increased so that the current which is produced in the arc should be reduced. So after immediately the arc getting started, high current will flow through that inductor, through that conductor, through the contacts. So in that, to reduce the high resistance of high current, we need to introduce high resistance. If we increase the resistance, the current which is flowing in between the contacts should be reduced. So what is the medium to increase the resistance is here is, I said before that air, oil, vacuum and SF6, these are the mediums which are used to increase the resistance between the contacts so that the current will be reduced and the things will be dealt easily. So, but there is a problem with high resistance interruption. So in previously, few things were dealt in here because at low, so initially we have actually in the initial stages of a power transmission, we not came to many high like about more than 11 kV and all. Initially people used to transmit the power from 220 kV and 220 volts, 440 volts and like that. So minimum voltages should be there. Now they used to use this high resistance interruption method. So there is a disadvantage in high resistance interruption method. So what is the disadvantage is, in that in the process of arc extinction, the magnetic energy which is produced there is transformed to electrostatic energy. So you already know that if electrostatic energy is forced there, they produce a voltage across the contacts. So simply across the contacts, you have a voltage across that. So that is called a restriking voltage. Okay, so the high voltage is produced there. So this cause, if the produce of high voltage, there is a chance to again the arc will forming. So basic among that disadvantage, this method is used for only a DC power only. So in AC power this is not used. So in AC power also low power AC applications only will be used this high resistance interruption. Only the thing is, in the process of arc interruption, there is the electric energy, the magnetic field appears in the form of electrostatic energy. The electrostatic energy, this high voltage appears across the contacts of the circuit breaker. If the high voltage is high and the more than withstanding capacity of the gap between the contacts, the arc will be strike again. So this is the main disadvantage here. So there is a, so the main thing is, if a high voltage is high, so what is the voltage due to the electrostatic energy produced is high, that means it cannot withstand the capacity of the gap between the contacts. So there will be a capacity to withstand the voltage. If that voltage is higher than the withstanding capacity of the breaker, the arc will be strike again. That means if the arc strike again, what is that means? That the fault occurred somewhere, the circuit breaker need to operate, but the arc again interrupted. That means there is no remove of contact of fixed contact from moving contact. So the problem arises there. So in that process, we have a current zero interruption. So this method is suitable for large interruptions only, not suitable for odd interruption. And this method is suitable employed in low power AC and DC circuits breakers only. So depending on the disadvantage of this high resistance interruption, we are going to current zero interruption. You already know that our supply is 50 Hertz, right? So we get a 50 Hertz supply. 50 Hertz supply means 50 cycles per second, right? That 50 cycles means you have for each cycle you have 2 current zero points. This is one current zero point and this is other current zero point. That means for 50 cycles you will having 100 current zero points. So basing on the application, so basing on the instant of interruption point, we are using this 100 current zero points per second to operate the circuit breaker here. That is about current zero interruption. So when the waveform, so the current waveform is there, So at this instance, so the system current, when the system current gets 0, so we pick that instant. We use that instant to move the contacts from fixed to moving contact. So the fixed contact will be moved from away. So we'll use that instant. Okay, this is current 0 interruption. So in case of AC supply, so this is about current 0 interruption. So we have two theories to explain this current 0 interruption. That is recovery rate theory and energy balance theory. So recovery rate theory and energy balance theory. So we'll go to that. What is the recovery rate theory? So the recovery rate theory, that means in this theory, we already know this. So when the arc get the fixed from the fixed contact, the moving contact removes, they form an arc. The arc is of ionization of gases. So we need to immediately extinguish that contacts. So the main thing is in the process of deionization, the ionization, the ions and electrons should be deionization. To get to that process, we use the different methods, like we moved either sweeping them away the inserting medium. So that means the electrons, ions can be moved either by recombination them into neutral molecules or by sweeping them away by inserting medium. So the medium, only the medium here, what is the medium you use to interrupt the oil, interrupt the arc is main thing here. So main thing is here in the recovery rate theory. So in this method, the rate at which the gap recovers its dielectric strength compared with the rate at which restriking strength should be high. So this is the sentence you need to understand. In this method, the rate at which the gap recovers its dielectric strength is compared with the rate at which the restriking voltage across the gap arises. We'll understand that now. So in general, say this is the fixed contact. We already dealt that, and this is the moving contact. You observed an arc here, right? If what I said before, you will choose this as a point to break the contacts. Okay? If you choose this break the contact, here the impact of restriking voltage is less. So restriking voltage will be less at this point. So the restriking, before I said, if the restriking voltage increases, there is a possibility of arc strike again. So to minimize that, we use this point, right? So in this point, the dielectric strength of the these contacts will be high, okay, compared to restriking voltage. So compared to restriking voltage, the dielectric strength should be high. So the dielectric strength should be high. At this point, if you are ready to interrupt the contacts, the dielectric strength will be high compared to restriking strength. For suppose if you choose this point, at this point, the restriking voltage will be high compared to dielectric strength. So if you go through the curves, if you say the x-axis, I am taking time, okay, and the y-axis I am taking voltage. Now, this is the dielectric strength I am having, the contacts gap. And this is a restriking voltage. And this is a dielectric strength. So if you observe carefully, if the dielectric strength is higher than the restriking voltage in a due time, there will be no possibility of arc striking again. This is about recovery rate theory. If suppose the dielectric strength, if the dielectric strength, say this is the dielectric strength and this is a restriking voltage. So the blue one is restriking voltage and the red one is dielectric strength. If the restriking voltage is higher than the dielectric strength, there is a possibility of arc striking again. That means you are ready to operate the arc interruption at this point. So you are ready to move the contacts at this point. So if you are ready to move that contacts at this point, the circuit wanted to break the contacts at this point, there is a possibility of here. So in this here, the arc is not extinguished. So arc extinguish is not possible at this period, but arc extinguishing is possible at this point. Okay, this is about recovery rate theory. And now coming to energy balancing theory. You have energy balancing theory. So energy balancing theory. Coming to the energy balancing theory, again the same thing. See, this is the system current, right? This is the current 0 point, okay? So, I am taking in x-axis the time, I am taking the y-axis the power, right? I am taking power. So at this point, the current I is 0. And at this junction, ultimately we will have a restriking voltage V capital R equal to 0. That means we will have a power also 0. So we know that pi equal to VR, Vi. So the power is 0. That means what I am taking is at this junction point, the power is 0. Okay? Now what happened? After the contacts were moved from, after the contacts extinguished, that is the moving contact to fixed contact, there is a arc was extinguished. That means there is a big gap here between two contacts. That means you will have high resistance here. So at this juncture, R is infinite. At this junction, R is 0. So if R is infinite, the power also 0. So at this point 0. So in the process of at this point, that means at this point the contacts breaking away, and that at some other point, at this point, let us say the contacts are removed. So we got this point. In between these two things, you will be having a curve like this. So this is at this point they have maximum power occurs. Between the contacts. That means between the arc, if you observe here, the arc will be there. So at the middle of the before arc pinching, there is a huge power transmission takes place. So this is the power which is taking from arc between contacts moving, and after arc get extinguished. So the main thing is energy balance theory here, the system or the circuit breaker should be in a possible condition is that the rate at which, that means see, the circuit breaker is designed to remove the generated heat as early as possible by cooling the gap, the giving blast of air or flow of oil and high voltage, high velocity and pressure. So whatever the energy which is produced, what is the energy which is generated, that means the heat energy should be dissipated within instant time. So when arc produces, the heat produces, so the heat should be decreased by giving cooling. So in this manner, the arc should be removed. So if the rate of removal of heat is faster than the rate of heat generated, the arc is extinguished. So the main thing is the circuit breaker should be in a provision that the rate of removal of heat is faster than the rate of heat generated due to that arc. So our circuit breakers will be designed in a manner that it should be act very fastly to reduce the heat generation. Okay. So basic upon the capabilities of usage, you have different circuit breakers which will be dealt by my colleague Pawan. Okay. So coming to restriking voltage and recovery voltage. So we are dealt about arc voltage. So we'll deal that now also. In one stretch, I'll explain these three voltages. So what is the arc voltage and what is the restriking voltage? I'll explain. So this is a, let us say, that is a, this is the system current. This is the system current. And we have this is the system voltage. Now, at this point, we wanted to operate the circuit breaker. The circuit breaker designed to operate at this point, that is current zero interruption. So at this point, there will be a voltage. There will be a voltage which is called arc voltage. Okay. At this point, the contacts are ready to move. Contacts are ready to move, and at this point, we is called as a arc extinction point. So this is the arc extinction point. So if I said before, these are two current zero interruption points. So if a minute change in the current signal, that means at this point, there is a possibility of voltage, that is restriking voltage. So the restriking voltage, as you know that immediate change is any system can't be accepted. We already know that. So at that immediate change, if not accepted, there is a transience. That is there will be a transience occur. Okay, across these are all instances which are going in a circuit breakers only, contact. Okay, you need to understand that. So this voltage is called a restriking voltage. After that point, that means at this point, the arc got extinguished. If that arc getting extinguished, then you will have a normal recovery voltage, that is recovery voltage. This is called recovery voltage, and this is called restriking voltage, and this is system voltage, and this is system current. So what is we tell? So this is the 2 points, that is current 0 points, the 2 points which are current 0 points we are taking. For this signal, we have drawn that all the possibility things. Here, this is the arc voltage. This is arc voltage. I've said before, the arc voltage is 3% of a system voltage. So this is a system voltage, which is very negligible compared to the system voltage. And this is at this point, the arc getting extinguished. And this will have a sudden change, that is the restriking voltage. If this restriking voltage is high, that means at this point, if you operate at this point, there is a possibility of arc striking. Okay? So this is a normal operation condition of the circuit breaker. So now, in next class, we'll deal expression of restriking voltage, and we'll go to resistance switching, and we'll go to current chopping. Thank you.